The following thoughts on Happy Hour do not represent Cox Media Group or its sponsoring. Anything you hear may and will be used against you. Thank you. Voted as best local podcast in Tampa Bay by the Creative Loafing. You're listening to Happy Hour.
Are you feeling classy today? Sit down for a glass of wine and listen to Happy Hour.
You're tuned in to Happy Hour, an hour where Happy rants about something. Sit back and listen in. Happy Hour is on now. Happy Hour is on now.
Yo, what's up? This is Happy Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, along with my co-host, Kyle Veet. What's up, pimp?
What's going on, buddy? I like how we dropped the new co-host thing. We have to go run through that whole shebang this time, huh?
Yeah, there was no reason to keep saying that because it's going on the second week of this new era, Happy Hour 2.0. So to me, there is no reason to say, and the new co-host, please introduce yourself. Just get right to the point.
Yeah, we got to drop it. So am I adopting the name you gave me last time as Dad Bod, DB, or what?
No, that's the most hackiest thing.
Well, you're the one who came up with it.
We're not some radio show with nicknames, Hoppe and Dad Bod. I was kidding. I'm not going to actually have you. Because then in 2 weeks when you get ripped, it won't make sense. When you start doing roids again, you tool.
That's alleged. That's allegedly.
Oh, allegedly true.
Okay, yeah.
All right, tweet at me. At Ryan Hoppe Radio. What's your Twitter handle?
Happy Hour Kyle.
Hoppe Radio Kyle.
Oh, I thought you asked my Facebook.
4 days off.
I thought you asked my Facebook. I'm sorry.
No.
Twitter is Hoppe Radio Kyle.
It's Hoppe Radio Kyle.
That's what I just said. Hoppe Radio Kyle.
We have so much to get into, including my dirtbag neighbors that were an absolute positive atrocity of human beings last night. Oh boy, did I just spit. But last weekend, it was a good weekend. Friday, I got to hang out with Kyle and his wife. Very nice. Got to go to their nice mansion. It's very nice.
Did some drinking. We tried to get Hoppe to do a shotgun, which failed miserably. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw that on Periscope as they started calling what was going to happen before it even happened.
I spilled it.
Oh, everywhere. You dumped it all over the floor. I think you might have got a quarter of it in your mouth.
Not even a quarter. It was like 1/5.
Yeah, a splash. There's a splash that landed inside of Hoppe somewhere. The rest was on my kitchen floor. It's kind of ridiculous.
So we did that. We had Asian food, and we watched Walking Dead. Decent night. Saturday, I had an absolute blast working the event for Drew Garabo and Soul Brother Kevin and Nikki at their brunch in Tampa Bay. That was fun. So I got up for that. Worked the lightning event for the bone. I appreciate everybody that comes up and says that they enjoy Happy Hour. It means the world to me. But then I wanted to have fun because when my new job as a landscaper, I have more time. You know what I mean? It's not such a weird schedule where Saturday and Sunday I have to work and deliver pizzas and not get tipped. Mm-hmm. So it's one of those things where you have much more time. So I was like, hey, let's go out drinking. So I thought, who could I bring Kyle with? I'm like, Kyle's a good wingman. Kyle's a good dude. But I'm like, who could I bring that would spice it up? And I thought one of my good friends in this town.
And a friend of the show.
And a friend of the show and just a great dude in general, Matt from Horn Blasters. We went out and we partied with him and we got to drive around. What type of truck is that? That truck is huge.
It's an F550. Thing is enormous.
Oh my God, is that a dope
stretched.
car?
He freaking cut it and stretched it and wrapped it in the horn blaster thing. He got like 8 different air horns in that. It was insane.
Had such a fun time with Matt. So I pregame at his house. I get my drink on because I had to save money. So we go to the Dallas Bowl. How was your experience there? I thought it was okay.
There that night or overall?
That night at the Dallas Bowl.
That night it was slow. It was a Saturday night, you know.
And they were actually slow dancing, so it actually was a slow time.
Exactly, yeah. Thursday night is definitely the night to go to the Dallas Bowl.
Thursday,
yeah. It's ladies' night. That place is packed. It's nuts. But first Saturday, it was all right, I guess. I mean, I would prefer the roundup. I suggested that over and over again, but... Again.
So we go to Mick Denton's, and oh boy, will that be a night that goes into the book as a night of disappointment and as a night that
Sheer
I dropped the ball.
embarrassment. Oh, yeah, it was... It was bad. Well, we get there and they opened up the bar, gave us a tab. They did that. All that drinking we did was on the bar.
Yeah.
They came up and they opened up
because they're friends with Matt, and they're just like, because Matt would point at us. He goes, "They're my friend. They're my friend. They're my friend." So we had the bar all to ourselves. So that was amazing.
Not the bar wasn't all to ourselves, but the
I said it
tab.
wrong. Yeah,
the tab. They opened a tab for us. We drank in the bar all night. It was a big thank you to McNittons for, providing us with that night. It was
great service. I love that.
We had Matt with us. We had the boys from the Gravedigger crew was out there.
Yeah,
and that was a blast. Got to hang out with them a lot. Get to know them a little bit.
They're good guys too. It's funny when you meet people from the South, because I have Southern roots, but I'm not from the South, but I know about the South, so it's kind of fun to party with people from deep in North Carolina. Like, they are fun to drink with.
Oh, yeah. Those boys were going nuts, buying just trays of Jell-O shots at a time.
Oh, my God. I think I had like 7 Jell-O shots that night.
Oh, you had a lot more than that. I probably put down 17 to 18 by myself. You probably were right there holding close with me, because you were drinking me when I wasn't. I'd look over and you'd be shooting Jell-O shots down.
So that happened. So I'm very awkward in public. I get awkward in social situations, but it's one of those things where when I'm at a bar, it goes from 0 to 100 real quick, and I'm not even trying to quote Drake. Like, I'm chilling in the car, but once there's pretty ladies at the bar, and I have to walk around people, and I'm inebriated where I lose coordination, it's hard to walk through the crowd. But Kyle and Matt did me a favor. Kyle and Matt worked their ladies' man magic, because they've spent their lives getting laid, because they're very successful and they're very rich. So they worked their magic on me. Describe, how did you get that cute girl to talk to me? How did that all go down?
I think she liked the V card more than anything else. We were talking to her a little bit about, everything about us and who we were. And
did you drop we do happy hour?
Or? I think that we were with the Gravedigger crew. Came out more than that, because she asked, who are they? That's the Gravedigger crew. Oh, who's that? That's Matt from Hornblast. So what do you guys do? Oh, we're on radio. And it was like, oh, and
so
like,
we're kind of cool.
Yeah.
This girl was really cute. I mean, she was so cute. Like,
oh, she would have gotten it for sure on my end. I mean, she was definitely a girl out of Hoppy's league.
Oh, without a doubt. Like, she was very pretty.
And as soon as she heard that, we were talking, she heard that V card, she was gone. I looked over, she was gone. And I was like, where the heck did this girl go? And there she is, right there with Hoppy, and then dancing on the floor. I think she walked up to you and just started making out with you.
No, I remember what happened. Your wife was working the female wing woman magic. I mean, she was saying Hoppy's a great guy. Hoppy's on the radio. He's funny. And I remember I was buying the girl a shot. And she's like, I do get a good vibe from you. You're a cutie. And I'm like, oh, thank you. So are you, with my awkward flirting. And then she was like, you are a good guy. And I'm like, thank you. So I bought her a drink. And then we're dancing on the dance floor. And what type of music was being played there? I'm trying to remember.
Dude, I don't even remember. I was so trash at that point. That's at our second bar, or our third bar. That was the third bar.
I remember
was
we were
hammered.
dancing like the 1950s. It wasn't grinding. It was dancing where you do the twist and you twirl her around.
I think it was karaoke going on. It was good. My wife's like, can we go do this karaoke? I was like, no. What are you talking about? But I think it was karaoke night there or something. I don't know. But there was definitely either live music or karaoke or something.
I remember during that night, I wasn't really making the move on her while we were dancing for 5 minutes, but I remember I was kind of like rubbing her back, and I'm sure I was saying things that were goofy, but it was me trying to be flirtatious. So all of a sudden, I hear everybody say, Hoppy, get it! Get it! And me and the girl began like making out. Like, what was that like?
It was a sight to be seen for sure. You got to be in person for something like that.
What about it?
Because she was about as tall as your belly button, bro.
And I'm leaning down.
You should have just picked her up. Is what would have made that a little bit better, a little less weird when you're bent over at the waist trying to make out with this chick. Like you're trying to bend down as tight as shoes or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm very mad that I didn't get her number. I'm very.
Oh yeah, when she left, we're all like, "What did he just do? Did he really just let her leak?" So the girl that was with her, the lawyer chick or something. She was a lawyer in law school or something. One of her friends dropped, "This is our lawyer," and she's like, "I'm not a lawyer yet." But
I remember that.
Hopefully she listens to this and can reach out to you.
I think she has no idea who I am. I don't think we talked enough where she knows that I work behind the scenes at the Bone or that I do happy hours, so she has no idea who I am.
So this is like just talking into the air then, hoping
that, hey, like there's literally no way she would know. Like, I actually met a Bone fan that was really nice on Saturday. There was that girl at the Lightning event 2 weeks ago that gave me an extra spare ticket because they didn't have anybody to sit next to, but I couldn't go because I had to take the company van back from the Lightning event.
Yeah.
I told you about that, right?
No, you did not.
Basically, what happened was this really cute girl comes up to me, and she wanted a selfie at the Lightning event, and she's like, I'm a huge fan, blah, blah, blah. We talk for 5 minutes. She leaves the tent. And as we're about to pack up, the girl comes up to me, and she goes, I have another ticket for the Lightning game. Would you want to come in and sit by my friends? And I'm like, oh, of course. Yeah, definitely. Right as she's walking away, I'm like, crap, I have to take the Bone van back.
Yeah.
So it's like my luck always seems to crumble.
You couldn't like got her number, like, hey, I can't go.
Right when she walked away, I couldn't get the number because in my mind, I'm like, of course I can go, not thinking that I have to take the van back.
Yeah.
So I saw that girl on Saturday, and it was awkward because she was like, why didn't you go to the game with me? And I explained. My point is, I don't think that's going to happen with the girl from Saturday because she doesn't know who I am. So she's not going to
Wait, so you saw her again on Saturday where?
At the brunch for Drew Garabo. She came up to me, and she's like, why didn't you come with me to the game?
And you told her why?
Yeah, and then she was with her boyfriend, so she had a boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awkward.
And then my friend was trying to make like things like, oh, so you wanted to go on a date with Hoppy? This, and she's like, no, I just had another spare ticket.
Like,
and her boyfriend's in the
don't
wing.
play it off. Like, obviously, he isn't hitting it right. Come on. So,
I love how normally my laugh is loud, but now it's quiet because you're killing me, dude.
I'm sorry. Yeah, especially in the hall, getting you laughing. You fell to your knees laughing so hard.
But yeah, man, my luck with women is bad. I mean, I'm using this new app called Bumble. It's where you swipe right on all the girls, and you hope they swipe back. And the only way, it's basically like Tinder, but you have to wait for them to message you first.
Why would you want to do that? I mean, you don't want to try to put in that first move. Like, hey, girl.
Supposedly, my boss here, Mike Olivero, said that his friend in New York does very well with it.
Yeah.
So I've been trying it out. Because Mike told me to use it, and I need a
with
description.
it yet, or?
Oh, I haven't got a match at all. I had that weird Tinder message.
Yeah, you showed me
She's
that.
like, can I sit on your face as you lie to me, Pinocchio? I was like, what?
That girl's dirty. That's got to be. I thought Tinder was supposed to be like verified or whatever. Is it not?
Of course not. It's like Adult Friend Finder now. A year ago, it was legit. I knew friends that were getting laid left and right in the suburbs when they went to a community college. But I'm just not getting the swipe rights on the real chicks. And now it's like whenever you get a real chick.
We need to look at your picture. We maybe need to switch your picture up a little bit.
I don't have any good pictures, dude.
I'll take one. I will take one of you, and we'll get you a good picture set up, and we'll get you all right.
I need a good bio, too.
Just know you don't need a bio. That's what the talking's for. You need to get rid of all that excess garbage you have on there. And
it really is written like I have a LinkedIn.
Oh, legit. It's like a freaking resume on there. This is what I do. This is what I hope to be. Like, nobody cares. Let them start talking to you. You know, here's, hey, I'm Ryan. That's it. And now I need to talk to you to get your personality.
That's what Nervous Jared and Johnny V told me to do back in May.
And why haven't you done it yet?
No, the description that I have up now is the one they told me to use.
Oh, no. No, get rid
You're
of that.
Mr. Magic. You actually are. You got a hot girl to make out with me. So
yeah, and I've had another one at McDenton's that was like interested in you, and while I'm talking to her, trying to get you laid, you knock over a freaking 8-foot tall heater, trying to take a Jello shot. I don't even know what the heck happened. I'm talking to this girl. She hasn't even met you yet, and then I hear bang bang behind me, and she goes, "Who is that?" I'm like, "Oh, actually, that's." That's the guy I'm trying to get you to talk to right now. He looks like a freaking newborn giraffe trying to stumble around walking for the first time. It's ridiculous. If anybody wants to know what Hoppy looks like walking down the hall, Google newborn giraffe and watch how awkward it is trying to walk.
Well, because my one leg's longer than the other, I have scoliosis. I'm not.
You know they have shoes that fix that, right?
Really?
Oh, yeah. They have a shoe that's like an inch or whatever, and it gives you an extra sole and maybe gets you that Frankenhoppy lean away.
I definitely need to, but it's kind of like that song from 10 years ago, Walk with a Dip. I walk with a dip.
Well, that was cool 10 years ago for a reason. Like, it's not now.
Yeah, it's a very good point.
Exactly.
All right, here's the deal. Kyle, have you ever lived in an apartment?
Yeah.
What were your neighbors like? Were they respectable? Did you like them? Maybe you didn't get along with them, but hey, you had the whole mutual respect. Right?
Yeah. The one right across from me was an old couple, and they were kind of weird and always wanted to hold my baby and everything else.
Well, that's different. They're not being loud at night.
Yeah.
Well, I have a rant that I want to get to. So tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio if you have any bad experiences with neighbors, and tweet at Kyle at Hoppe Radio Kyle. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. It's time to turn Hoppe on. It's time to turn Hoppe on. It's time to turn Hoppe on.
All right, welcome back to Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe, along with Kyle Veet. What's up, Pim?
What's going on, buddy? I keep on coming back. I don't know why yet, but I do.
Yeah, why do you travel so far, dude? You live far, man.
Yeah, I know.
Do you see potential in the show? Is that why you're coming by? Because, I mean, you're not seeing your daughter right now or your hot wife, so.
It's fun. It's
I don't want it to just be fun, though.
It's a event at the end of the day.
Fun.
Yeah, no, I can be doing it, banging my wife right now. It'd be fun, but I'd rather be here. It's fun.
I know you guys are going through a dry stall. It has to be obvious.
Oh yeah,
kids. Yeah.
No, it's easy. Once they get older, it'll be harder, but right now it's easy.
Oh yeah, you smash her a lot.
Why do we always end up on this subject? But
you're turning red. It's a yes. If you turn red and you're checking your phone, it's a yes. All right. I know that when you live in an apartment, it's not going to always be the best scenario. I get that it's not your own place, especially when it's an outside efficiency room and you live close by and you're off of 22nd Avenue in St. Pete and not the best neighborhood. I get that it's not going to be the most luxurious setup, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Get off your phone. I cannot tell.
I'm actually tweeting about the show right now, so back off, bro.
Okay, cool. I get that when you live in an apartment, it's not going to always be the best setup, and you have to fight adversity. You have to get used to the fact that your neighbor is a scumbag leech. You have to get used to the fact that your next-door neighbor is a sex offender. You have to get used to the fact that your other neighbor must treat their dog like Michael Vick treated dogs 11 years ago because he keeps on barking.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get used to all these facts, Kyle.
Yeah.
Because you're like, hey, it's an apartment. Hey, I'm working for 102.5 The Bone. Hey, I'm doing Hoppe Hour. I have no complaints. But at some point, Kyle, these scumbag leeches cross the line. It's one thing on a Saturday night or even a work night to be partying, because I know when you have nothing to do with your life, and I know when you're losers and you guys work a minimum wage job or live off of government funds or live off of money in the bank, that you have no responsibilities in life, or you're mad that life passed you by and you have nothing going on, so you're like, I might as well drink on a Tuesday night because I'm an alcoholic loser. I get you have no control over that. I get that when your dog is barking, it's because you're afraid of your dog, because you have the guts, you have the likability, and you have the, what is it called? Like, you're afraid of your dog. Like, you have no nerves. Like, I get that you're a pussy and you're going to not tell your dog to quit barking. So it's one thing to let the dog bark over and over. It's okay to party.
Well, is that he's scared of his dog or he has no respect for you?
Both.
Okay.
I get that the dog's going to keep barking. I get that you're going to keep partying. I get that the next door neighbor who's a sex offender will keep blaring his surround.
He's a sex offender? You look him up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a surround sound TV setup. I get that all comes with the apartment life. I get that comes with the life of living in St. Pete. That's fine. But at some goddamn point, you need to sit down, shut up, and get a mother effing life. At some point, you need to have utter respect for the other people who pay for rent, and it doesn't come with scumbag, leech, imbecile, redneck, trash bag, imbeciles playing the bongo drums outside of my apartment when I politely ask for you to quit playing it at 10:30, and your response is, oh, we have another half an hour. So then at 11, you just go in your crappy house with the stripper pole in the middle of it because you're a perverted, weirdo redneck, and you're playing ecstasy music. So I go over there, and then you quit playing. And then you just go outside and begin drinking with your buddies, and you're louder than ever. In my house, the ventilation isn't very thick, so you can hear it clearly. Just because you're a loser with no job or you don't care about your job doesn't mean that other people don't have jobs that they have to get up for at 5 in the morning. Obviously, getting up to go to the Mike Kelter show this morning was an honor. It wasn't rocket science. The talking to the microphone to Rob, Carmen, soul brother Kevin. It was a fun time. I'm always honored. But it's always on the nights that I have to get up. So sick of these rednecks. Behave yourself, you animals. You cretins, go to bed. I'm so sick of it, Kyle.
I see that.
I am so done. Because it's one thing to do it during the day. Like, their dog was barking like Michael Vick was raping it today. Whatever. It's during the day. They're blaring, go get some love, that song from the 70s. Whatever. You have no life. You're going to blare awful music from the 70s. But when it's past 11 o'clock going on midnight and I have to call the cops on you, and the line that you said to the cop was I being loud, officer? And his line was, I could hear you walking down the block. That's when you need to sit down, maybe go on Pornhub, relax, but shut up. I'm so sick of you. God, let us sleep. What did I do? Because they know who I am. Oh, they know who I am now because I was drinking with them 2 weekends ago, which is why this is more infuriating, is because I thought I was cool with them. And they know what happy hour is. Oh, it's on. I'm not saying it's going to be a war. I'm going to kick their ass. But they know I'm on Kelta. Oh, it's on. If they listen to this, screw you, buddy boy. Just because you're high on acid all the time and you have no life, so you don't really need sleep, doesn't mean other people don't. Scumbags. Ridiculous.
So what
Kyle.
makes them rednecks? I mean, you keep dropping the redneck bomb. That's kind of like a jab at me.
No. You're a southern boy with a twang that does southern things. To me, a redneck is someone that lives in a crappy shack with a pole down the middle of his place playing awful ecstasy music while his hair is longer than Eva Longoria or some famous actress, and it looks like you haven't taken a shower since 2007, and you have the likability, the intelligence, and the credibility of a dead monkey. Enough of you.
So that upstairs apartment's looking really good right about now, huh?
You live so far, though. That's the problem. Kyle offered for me to live with him. The problem is he lives not even like a 40-minute drive, or where you have to do traffic on the Howard Franklin, which is the bridge that goes from St. Pete to Tampa and beyond. Dude, you live like an hour away. I'm so tempted. I want to live with you guys, but it's so far. I got here in 10 minutes. I can get anywhere in 10 minutes. That's the thing. I'm so tempted to live with you guys.
Anywhere in St. Pete, which is kind of, in my opinion, the butthole of freaking Florida. I cannot stand St. Pete, man. I work out here, and I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I would not. You couldn't pay me enough money to live out this way.
What is it? I mean, I like it. It's all right. I'm not complaining. I know I'm complaining about my neighbors. I like my place. I have my cat there. Have a dream job. I get airtime. I have friends. I have no complaint about my life, but it's just like, go to bed. What are you expecting is going to happen at 2 in the morning, you rednecks?
How many of them are over there? Is there a bunch of people, or is there like one or two? Or
well, the one guy's cool. Like, he's okay. Oh, yeah. And then you have this, too. Oh, boy, you met my mom today. You can see how she's a little hyper and outgoing and where I get it from. Yeah. she was running on no hours of sleep, so she was in kind of a cranky mood, and she was having a hard time sleeping, so she just went to Walmart and bought some things last night.
Mm-hmm.
So I specifically said to my mom, and I know she's going to get mad that I'm saying this. I don't care. Specifically said to her, don't talk to the rednecks. Don't say anything. I know what you're like when you're mad. When I came home, you were blaring the JFK documentary on Netflix to get even. I know you're mad, but you are leaving to go back to Chicago in 4 days. You're only in town for 5 days. I have to deal with these guys for to be continued. You don't know how long I'll be at this place. Maybe I'll get an upgrade in pay. I'm just saying she gets to go home in 4 days. I have to keep dealing with them. So I said, Mom, when you go to Walmart, just ignore them. Mom, when you go, just go out the back door, which she did. So we're at IKEA today, and we're just going through the shopping aisles. And I just go, Mom, did you talk to the rednecks last night? She goes, That's when she's nervous. Like, Mom, did you talk to the rednecks last night? She's like, sort of. I'm like, Mom, what'd you say? She goes, I just talked to them. Like, no, Mom, what'd you say? She supposedly said, quit being such effing inconsiderate assholes outside while we are trying to sleep like normal human beings. And then she went off on them. And I guess she said sorry to one of the neighbors this morning.
What time was that? After your rant or before your rant?
What rant?
What your little Periscope thing that you did
That
last
was
night?
after. I did my Periscope rant at 10:30 while they were in the prime doing the bongos.
Mm-hmm.
She did this around 12:45 after we called the cops when they came at 12:20.
And they were still outside going?
After the cops came, they shut up for 5 minutes, and then they kept going until they were talking loudly. They quit playing the bongos at 11, but then after the bongos, they said they would be quiet, but then they were playing ecstasy, rave music. They were talking.
Yeah, see, you're a lot calmer than I am. I got a very short fuse when it comes to stuff like that, man. I can't do it. I can't handle it.
Well, I'm not coordinated for a fight, and my place is so crappy, and I'm not saying it's easy to get into, but I'm not home a lot, so I don't like the idea of them being able to break in. So
don't they live in the same people you do? Like, don't they have to rent from the same person because it's literally right next door, right?
Yeah, that's what I don't like. It's so close.
Yeah, you can reach out and touch them from your window.
Dude, your bathtub is bigger than my place. Let's be honest here.
I mean, I'm not going to deny that, but I'm just saying, you can
I'm
reach
so
out and touch them.
tempted.
Why don't you talk to the landlord? Like, hey, guy, this is kind of getting ridiculous. I'm going to leave if you don't put an end to this.
But then they're going to say leave, and I have nowhere to go. I really don't.
That's what you let them call your bluff, and be it just that, a bluff. Whenever they say, okay, leave, like, no. I'm just saying, are they cool people?
Do to them? Is who cool people?
The landlord.
I mean, they're landlords. They're cool. They've done good service to me. I mean, I have no complaints. I like them. They're good people. They're Celt to show listeners. I mean, they're fine.
Are they really?
I have no complaints about them. Like, I'm not going to trash the people that got me a home. I'm just going to trash the imbecile neighbors that are behind on their payments.
Have you said something to them, though? I'm like, hey, it's kind of getting ridiculous with
to
the
neighbors?
No, not to the neighbors, to the landlord.
I'm about to.
Bring it up to them and see if they put a stop to it. Or are people saying something over there?
Someone on Hoppy TV said, just suck on your mama's tit and shut up.
That's a little rude. It's kind of harsh. So,
I don't care. I mean,
we have the best listeners ever, man. You gotta love those guys.
When I get comments, go jump off to Howard Franklin. Oh, nothing sweeter than that. No one loves you. Go die.
But they're still listening and they're tuning in for something. So let them try to get their little dabs in.
Yeah, I mean, because they listen to Hoppy Hour. We have 55,000 listens. We're going on 11,500 downloads. Our downloads for the app is through the roof, so I appreciate the support. It really means the world to me. I keep it low-key, but I appreciate it.
You really got to start helping me push that app. Every time you bring it up, you bring up whatever, and even when I'm with you, I'm like, no, just download the app. So much easier. You're right there. You can listen to us live. Just tune in on the app.
I think I told that girl I was making out with that I had an app, and she's like, okay.
Did you tell her how to do it, how to get to it, or no?
I didn't get her number. I wasn't able to dance.
You don't have to get her number just to say, hey, I have an app.
No, what I'm getting at is if I wasn't able to dance with her correctly or get her number at that point of the night at 1 in the morning when I was sort of inebriated, I don't think I was able to explain to her how to download an app on Google
I'm
Play.
sure she knows how to download it. If you were able to spew out Hoppy Radio, I have an app, it's called Hoppy Radio, would have been done. We would have a new listener right now. And
I think getting her number might have been more important than explaining the app.
No. You get her the app, then she listens, you blow out your Twitter like you do, and then she hits you up on Twitter, and it goes from there. It's all good things.
If that girl is listening, the cute girl with black hair, and I remember she had really pretty eyes, because that's one of my go-to things is if you have pretty eyes, it's my thing. I think I said that 4 times in a row. Yeah, I just remember she was really cute, and if for any reason you remember the 6'8" goofball that bought you a drink, and we went dancing, and we made out for about 5 seconds, and then your lawyer friend kicked you out of the nightclub, hit me up.
Dude, I got thrown out of that club.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I came
night?
back in. Yes, I did.
No, you did. I remember that. What happened? Why'd you get kicked out?
I forgot about that. I'm glad you said something, man.
Why'd you get kicked out of the club?
Because I lit a cigarette.
Between me and you, people were mad that you were smoking in front of everybody, and the smoke was going in people's faces.
Oh, you're not allowed to smoke in bars there at all. And I lit a cigarette.
Out in general, people around us, not the people we were with, but a lot of people were huffing and puffing.
I don't give a damn. Say something to my face, I'll put it out in your freaking eyeball. So the guys we were with, I wasn't the only one smoking. I only smoke when I drink. Like I dip, and that's about it. I mean, whenever I drink, I'll have a cigarette or two. But that was the point where I was already freaking tanked, and I found like my last cigarette. I was like, ooh, I didn't even want to leave the club, so I just lit it right there in the middle. The dance floor, the big black dude came and like grabbed me from behind and chucked me out the back, and I was like, I'm not going anywhere. He's like, what? I was like, I'm not going anywhere, dude, sorry. He goes, oh, well, just don't do that again. I was like, okay, but I'm coming right back in after this.
Ah, man, you're quite the character, dude. I'm quite the goofball, you're quite the hard ass. That's what makes this show so special.
Oh, yeah, I got a little bit of both worlds. Gotta.
Next on Hoppe Hour.
If you're watching on Hoppe TV, you see my maniac laughter as this music goes off. You don't get to see Kyle leaning back in his chair in annoyance.
Rolling my eyes like, oh my God, here we go again.
I like this.
What is next on Hoppe Hour? What's coming up?
Johnny Manziel may get benched for his disappointing and annoying ways after there is footage of him doing something that is deemed so bad in the NFL. Oh, God, it's awful. What Johnny Manziel did, ban him forever. All right.
I like how the listeners learn what's next at the same time that I do.
Damn right. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour. Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, at Hoppe Radio Kyle. Tweet at us, pimps. We'll be right back. Hang on.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
What's up? This is Ryan Hoppe from Hoppe Hour, and I have a very special shout out to one of the sponsors of this award-winning podcast. Nicholas Seymour from Duluth, Minnesota is the owner of Solis Graphics, which is a badass company that will make you decals. You can buy Hoppe Hour decals. It's not too hard. For just $4, you can support this award-winning podcast while supporting small business here in America. Or maybe you have a band, a company, a freelancing project, and you want to have your logo made into a nice, badass decal. Nick is down for making deals, and he is very good at negotiating. If you want to get into contact with Nick, it's not hard. Trust me. He will answer your call real quick, and he is one of the nicest guys I know. His number is 330-419-0691. That is 330-419-0691. Or you can send him an email, solisdesign@gmail.com. That is solisdesign@gmail.com. And to check out Hoppe Hour decals for just $4, go to tinyurl.com/Hoppe Hour decal. That is tinyurl.com/Hoppe Hour decal. And when you talk to my guy Nick, just say that Ryan Hoppe sent you, and he will give you a badass deal. Trust my word, pimps. Nick Seymour of Solis Graphics is the best around.
Hey, it's Ryan Hoppe from the award-winning Hoppe Hour. and I'm here today to speak about my guy, Brandon Langley of Buzz Designs. Is your website so atrocious that you can't even be found on Google? Do you need your website to be updated? Or do you not even have a website? Do you need to get some graphic design done? Do you need advice on computers? Are you just lost in general? Trust me when I say my guy, Brandon Langley of Buzz Designs is the man for the job. Buzz Designs has built websites that have gathered millions of views. He has worked with some of the biggest names in app development in 2015. The unique talent of the developers from around the world come together, and they will help you expand and grow immediately. With their hard work and their die-hard ethic comes the affordable pricing. So trust me when I say Brandon Langley is the man for the job. He will tackle any challenge, and he will not give up until the job is done. When I came to town here in Tampa Bay, my website was crap. I met Brandon Langley at a concert. He recognized me. 2 months later, I am so proud of my website, hoppyradio.com. He can make you proud of whatever you want to share in 2015 when it is so vital and it is so important to have top-notch websites and top-notch graphic design for your product, your company, etc. To get into contact with Brandon, it's not hard. It's not rocket science. All you have to do is go to buzzdesigns.me. That is buzzdesigns.me. And there at the website, you can contact him. Be sure to leave your name, your email, and he will get back to you as soon as possible. I'm a man of my words. And trust me when I say Brandon Langley of Buzz Designs is the best around and the best in Tampa Bay.
Hoppy ran so hard he starts to sweat. It's basically his cardio. Hoppy Hour is on.
All right, welcome back to Hoppy Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppy. We have so much to get into, so tweet at me at Ryan Hoppy Radio and at Hoppy Radio Kyle. If you're listening via Spreaker on the mobile Hoppy Radio app or via the Hoppy Radio Spreaker page, chat me live right now. Like right now, so I know you're listening. I appreciate the support. All right, here's the thing. I get that we don't always need to look up to athletes. There's guys like Kurt Warner or even Tim Tebow where they're legit guys. They're guys we should be looking up to. I get that most athletes are dirtbags, but at some point, the NFL needs to put on their big boy pants. NFL teams need to put on the big boy pants as well and realize what they are doing when it comes to suspending players and putting them on the bench. Because think about it this way. I am sick and tired of guys like Greg Hardy being in the league, being an absolute disgrace, touching women. I'm sick of guys who get DUIs, who keep going back and playing. Adrian Peterson whipped his kid. Nobody cares. That's because those teams need to win, and they need those players to win. Shame on the Cleveland Browns for putting Johnny Manziel as the third backup just because he was partying in Vegas. Now, I get that back in January, he did the whole PR move where he went to rehab and he was going to get his life together, even though he's just a kid who drinks, and it's not that big of a deal for right now. But he went to rehab to show people, hey, I'm not drinking anymore, even though basically the whole city of Cleveland is a bunch of alcoholics, so he's really no different than anyone there. But at the same time, he did this whole PR move, Kyle. He's going to be a better man. We hear Mike Patine, the coach of the Browns, saying he's a better guy. I like how he's playing, this and that. You're not going to always get the best behavior out of your NFL players just because the money and the fame gets to their head, and when you're a good-looking guy like Manziel, women are being thrown at you. When you're a guy like Manziel with that money, you have the money to fly to Vegas on a bye week and party. It's the bye week. They can do what they want. Now, I get when an NFL player goes to Vegas during a bye week, it's not the best look. I get when an NFL player probably should be doing the OTAs, Kyle, and getting ready. It's not the best look, especially when you're Johnny Manziel and you had the whole incident in the car with your girlfriend in Avon, Ohio, and you had the whole thing with the drinking and that whole arrest he got back at Texas A&M. I get what the whole past that Manziel has. You probably shouldn't be doing it. You probably should be acting better. But since you're a quarterback, you're not very smart because you're paid to play football. That's it.
I don't understand why is their personal life affecting their game? I mean, as long as they're performing in the game and they're doing what they should, why are they getting benched for? I get it. You shouldn't be hitting girls. You shouldn't be doing all this stuff. But why are you getting benched in your career? Because of what happened. It's like if I go out and get drunk on the weekend, someone records me, I'm not going to lose my job over it.
But what I don't like is I actually like that people like Greg Hardy and Ray Rice are being condemned for beating up women. I kind of like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get something harsh like that, but like going out and drinking on the weekends, I don't fully understand.
Yeah.
Why is that affecting their NFL career?
I agree, too, but at the same time, when you are drinking, that should not be a punishment at all, because it says here, Johnny Manziel gets benched for disappointing and annoying ways after footage emerged of him boozing. No. Wasn't him snorting coke. It wasn't him abusing women and saying you're going to kill them and throw them against the couch like Greg Hardy did. No. For boozing at a nightclub in Texas during the bye week. Oh, my God. Unreal. A young guy in his 20s, rich or not, a football player or not, drinking. We've never heard of this, Kyle.
Oh,
wait,
terrible,
we went out drinking last weekend. If we played in the NFL, we'd be the third stringers. Mike Pettine, you scumbag leech of a coach. No wonder your team's so bad. No wonder the Browns never win. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Ridiculous. It says here, Johnny Manziel was seen partying in videos and photos from the weekend. And what I don't like, too, is all the analysts that are players that are ripping on him, all the analysts that are critiquing his partying moves, they are the same scumbags who are either doing coke, weed, banging hookers, or getting drunk back in the 90s or 80s when there wasn't social media. So sit down and shut up. To anybody from the NFL Network, Fox Sports 1, or ESPN that is criticizing him for drinking, I'm sure you've never misbehaved before, you dumbasses.
I can only imagine what they used to do back before all these days when there's a camera everywhere you go. I mean, what did those guys get away with back then?
Yeah, the quarterback from the Jets that led them to the Super Bowl victory in the 70s, he owned his own bar, and he's a known alcoholic. Joe Namath. Whatever. We seem to forget that.
Well, even in Cleveland, what else is there to do? I mean,
there's nothing to do in Cleveland.
Cold. I was there one time. It was miserable.
Why not go on a bye week to Austin, Texas, the party capital of Texas? Oh, heaven forbid he has a little fun when Cleveland is cold. The sun never comes out.
Was he in Texas or Vegas?
Texas.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Vegas at the beginning.
Your team's not good. It's not like him going out and drinking is going to hurt the chance of you winning because...
Now, because he did that, they're not going to make the Super Bowl. You know that, right? Like, just because he went out drinking, they were a strong front runner for the Super Bowl, and he just knocked him out right then and there. He's done.
He just cursed them. They were going to win the next 7 games and then go on a wild playoff run in the AFC. They were going to beat the Bengals in the division. They were going to beat the Patriots in the playoffs and go on to win the Super Bowl. Just because Johnny Manziel paid to go drink in Austin, Texas on the weekend. Oh, my God.
You constantly preach about me talking to the mic, and you go on those rants, you just lean like 6 feet away from that thing.
Because I'm yelling. It says here, Mike Pettine said he's disappointed. And like a daddy, He's disappointed with behavior.
I mean, isn't that his job, though, is to kind of be the team's dad and keep him out? Like,
oh, it's really working. Your team's 2-7. Oh, you're quite the dad. You're like the dad that goes out and comes home when he needs to, but he's banging out other women. Oh, you're quite the dad, Mike Patine. Oh, yeah, you're father of the year. If you were a father, you deserve your own coffee cup. Oh, yeah. It says here he will not guarantee that Manziel will be playing Monday against the Ravens, which I can imagine the NFL isn't happy at Mike Patine because looking at this earlier in the season, maybe the Ravens would have been in the running to win the division. Maybe the Browns would have been at least 1 or 2 games under 500, and Manziel would have an explosive game. You have Joe Flacco out. You have Manziel benched. Whoever is going to be above Flacco isn't going to bring in the ratings versus Josh McCown. Man, is Josh McCown going to bring in the ratings? Go, Josh McCown.
I wish I knew all these names you were spewing off. I don't know any. Like, I'm not into football or sports or anything like that. Like, I can play them. I can go out and play football and be all right. But I can't sit in front of a screen, man, and just watch it. I'd go crazy. It gets me.
It says here, Manziel promised he would not embarrass the Browns during the bye week. What's embarrassing about drinking? My God. I'm leaning back in my chair. What's embarrassing?
Down goes Hoppy again.
What's embarrassing?
Oh, man.
I almost fell back in my chair.
He almost fell right on his face. Oh,
What's
man.
embarrassing about drinking? What should be embarrassing is that you guys can't make field goals. Your defense is atrocious, and it's so wide open that they can literally run to Akron, and they would have no tackles. What's embarrassing is your franchise has never been good. What's embarrassing is you guys go from coach to coach, and it means diddly squat. It's embarrassing that your fan base only gets into it when they are good, and it's a drinking party. Pretty sure if this was New York or a team that's competitive, then I'd be a little worried. The whole city drinks. Bars have Fireball for $2. That's what you do in Cleveland. It's the factory of sadness. All you do is drink.
Because it's so cold all the time. I mean, I was there one time, and I drank literally the entire time I was there.
Yeah, that's what you do. You drink.
I went snowboarding, fell on my face, almost freaking killed myself and a little, 3-year-old girl, and I just said, nope, this is enough for me, and I went to a bar and I drank.
It says here he spent 70 days off season in rehab. For what? For drinking. And it says here that video could have been old. They're going to be able to prove that it was real somehow.
It's not hard to prove it was recent. I mean, most videos are timestamped there. Are they really going to go through all of that? I guess if he wants to fight it, but if he just knows he's wrong, just sit down, take your thing. Even though it's stupid how you're taking, what they're doing to you, just sit down, take it, let it get over with, and come back strong.
Says here, Mike Patine, the coach of the Browns, said he had seen the video and spoke to Manziel. I would love to hear that conversation. Who spent 70 days during the offseason in a rehab facility specializing in treatment for alcohol and drug addiction. Cleveland.com reports. Here's what Mike Patine, his riveting analysis of the behavior. The guy that you pay millions to lead your team to victory. The guy you pay to hope to bring a championship to the factory of sadness, to the city on Lake Erie. Disappointing. Very. I can't sit here and say it's not. Whatever word we want to use, disappointing, etc.
Oh, my God. That was hard to listen to.
When the behavior repeats, it's certainly a cause for concern. That's the coach of a major market NFL team. The most bland, inexcusable, embarrassing response to the media.
And that's when you don't know what to say. You're just trying to get, duck the response. That's the ultimate duck. Just, I'm out.
Patine only named Manziel as Cleveland's quarterback for the next 6 games last week, selecting him to play ahead of Josh McCown, who had been slowed by injuries. And what I don't get is, who cares if he's drinking? Your team's not going to make the playoffs. You drafted him in the first overall draft in the first round. What does it matter if he's drinking? No wonder he's drinking. Your team is crap and your coach can't even speak English. He has the most bland words that you can find in a dictionary. Like, of course he's going to drink. There's nothing to do in Cleveland. What are you going to do? Go to Around the Corner or Harry Buffalo or West End? What are you going to do? Drink in Lakewood? You're going to go to the one nightclub in Cleveland, Liquid? I'm not hating on Cleveland. I loved it. I'm just saying, what do you expect a guy who's a celebrity to do, who's friends with legit celebrities? Party at Around the Corner on Detroit Avenue in Lakewood or go to Austin, Texas? What would you rather do if you had money, Kyle?
Well, I just don't understand. Like, what's the point of having money if you can't do anything with it? Like, okay, here you make millions, but you need to sit in your house and do nothing when you're not in the field. Like, no, that's, they still got a life to live. That's why they're doing what they do, and they've gotten good at what they do. Yeah. You don't want to make all that money just to dip out and be like, nah. And here he is again. The good
now,
old Johnny
Kyle,
B.
Listen, how would you describe relaxation? It's not always, leaning back and home. Partying can be relaxing because it's a way to relieve stress.
It's a way to vent. Yeah, it's a way you blow that purge and just kind of got to let go.
Yeah.
And
relaxing doesn't always mean leaning on the couch, watching Breaking Bad or Walking Dead. Like, we relaxed on your house at Friday. We had Chinese food and watched The Walking Dead and drank. That was fun. Saturday, it actually felt relaxing to go out to the bar. It says here, before the Browns went their separate ways last week, Manziel said he would use the time off to relax. If that is how he wants to relax, let him do it. You have NFL players beating up their wives, but whatever. You have a team that cheated. Whatever. If this was Tom Brady doing it, it wouldn't be gone because it's Cleveland. Whatever. Moving on. And it's just because the media paints him as such a alcoholic maniac.
I mean, if that's your biggest concern with the dude is alcohol, I mean, I think
in a city that drinks.
Yeah, I think he's doing all right. I think, he'll be okay.
Here's what Manziel said. I don't think they're going to have to worry about me this week because there's nothing to worry about. He's just drinking. He's not doing a line of coke off of some hooker's ass that's married. There's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, he's not freaking dying at the Bunny Ranch in freaking Vegas or whatever.
Now, if he were Lamar Odom, that would be a cause for concern, having Viagra parties. Now, that's when you go, okay. But drinking like a 22-year-old, well, he's also an idiot. He put up the picture on Instagram, or someone did, a fan did, and then they deleted it an hour later. Because he's probably like, dude, why are you posting this? And if you look at this picture, he looks pretty drunk. It's a screenshot. You're going to hold a screenshot against him?
Yeah, I mean, it sucks that you have to worry about all that stuff now. You can't just go out and be how old is the kid?
22.
Yeah, you can't just go out and be a 22-year-old kid and party. Like, you have to worry about all this stuff and making that much money at that young of an age to not be able to go out and go nuts a little bit. What else do you expect from the guy? He probably just got out of college, and it's expected. And the fact that people are frowning on him for drinking is kind of ridiculous. He's only been legal to drink for a year.
Yeah,
a little over a year. Let the kid do his thing, man. As long as he's performing on the field, let him do his thing.
He's not, but I mean, your coach isn't performing with all the moves they've done in close games, like against the Broncos. The fact that he is the coach of the team and they haven't fired him, and you guys have gone through 22 quarterbacks since 1999.
How long has this guy been the coach for?
A year or two.
Oh.
And what I love is Bernie Kosar, the legendary quarterback for the Browns, he said on 92.3 The Fan out in Cleveland, I saw this report, he said, let me run the team. And at some point, you might as well let him run the team because you're doing nothing right by benching Johnny Manziel just because he's 22 years old and he's partying.
Next on Hoppe Hour.
All right. Before we get up on out of here, we are going to talk about Charlie Sheen and why he is freaking out over things that happened and why I don't think it was a big deal on what happened with him. Because when you're a sex addict like him, Kyle, I wouldn't expect anything less. So we will get to that and more after this.
Here we go.
Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. It's not hard. Tweet at Kyle at Hoppe Radio Kyle. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. It's time to turn Hoppe on. It's time to turn Hoppe on. It's time to turn Hoppe on.
Yo, Hoppe Hour. I'm your host, Ryan Hoppe, with Kyle Veed. Sup?
What's going on, buddy?
Nothing much, dude. We're about to get up on out of here, but real quick, dude, we're going to talk about everyone's favorite sex addict known as Charlie Sheen.
He's just all over the news lately, man. He just keeps on popping up.
What do you think of him? Like, even before this happened, he's just an underrated dirtbag. Like, he beat up his wife, and no one seems to talk about it. He's an awful human being. He's a deadbeat dad. But people seem to love him because of winning and because of, like, 2.5 Men. It's
Well, he played, it seems like he played himself on 2.5 Men. He was that, as the American dude, it's nuts.
And I didn't think that show was funny.
No, I didn't really watch it too much.
Because they had, like, a laugh track, and I don't like laugh tracks. Because if your show needs a laugh track, it's not funny because you're relying on a fake audience to make you think it's funny.
Yeah, well, I don't even know.
I'm just saying, imagine Modern Family with a laugh track. It would not be good whatsoever. Like, I'm not surprised that he has HIV. And I was listening to Jim Florentine's podcast. And he was talking about how don't be fooled by the media saying he got HIV from hookers. He definitely did some gay things. And that is what is coming out. It says here from the Daily Mail, Charlie Sheen trying to cover up at least, it's not all of it, at least 5 hardcore sex tapes. So this isn't soft corn. Soft
corn? Is that what comes out after you're done eating? Like,
this isn't softcore porn or like the Kim Kardashian or Paris Hilton sex tape where it's just missionary cowgirl, where it's just average positions. This is hardcore sex tapes he made, including a threesome with then wife Brooke Mueller and another one with a transsexual. And now I'm not going to judge what you're into. I'm not going to judge if you find a transsexual attractive. What I am going to judge is him trying to hide it as if he's embarrassed. It's like, dude, you're the guy who pulled down your pants and thought it was a smart idea to bang a transsexual and being an A-list celebrity that this would never come out. Like, if this is what you're into, be a man and just come forward and say, I'm into everything that breathes.
Yeah, exactly. I'm into sex in general. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is.
Just be open. Like, be a human, dude. Don't be this fake guy, I only bang women. Like, if you go south of the border on a guy or you find it unique that this girl you're banging used to have a dong, I mean, whatever, dude. That's what annoys me with this is he's mad that it came out. It's like, dude, you're Charlie Sheen. If you're going around banging everybody in Hollywood, including these party boys, it says, like, it's going to come out. It says he had hardcore sex with a gay Hollywood party boy who now has the footage. Imagine being a celebrity in the fact that, like, anything you do can come out, especially now on social media.
That's how you have to go about it. Is literally every step you make will eventually be on the internet.
Especially if you're walking down like Hollywood Boulevard or something, everything you do will be seen. I can't fathom that, not having any privacy. You know what I mean?
So yeah, it's something they definitely have to sacrifice for, what they do and making millions and being those superstars.
I'm not going to sit here and say that by any means was I a celebrity when I worked with the radio show in Cleveland. but I saw 1/1,000,000th, like not even a fraction, of what it's like to be noticed in public and not have people tell you that they know you and then call a radio show the next day and say, oh, I saw Hoppe buying milk at Aldi, or I saw Hoppe at Family Video renting a movie, and people just recognize me because I'm 6'8" and I was on the biggest show in Cleveland. So what I'm getting at is, if I was being recognized all the time at the club and people would call in and report what they saw me doing, which was nothing bad, it was just them.
I don't think I've ever been out with you where somebody hasn't come up to us and, dude, are you Hoppe, bro? Like, I love you, I love your show. Like,
everybody at least recognizes me somewhere.
Exactly. Every single time I've been with you, somebody has come up to us, and are you Hoppe from Calta? Or are you Hoppe from Hoppe? Like, something comes out.
Are you Hoppe from the Bone?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's so flattering, and it's just, imagine being Sheen where everybody knows who you are. Like, he's an A-list. You
couldn't show his picture to one person in America and them not know who it was.
You must be an idiot if you look at a picture of Sheen and you're like, who's that? You know what I mean? Like, everybody knows who Sheen is. And it says here, he also had sex with a transsexual, it claims. And this video is from 2011, which is when the whole winning thing came out, because I have a weird memory. I remember it was during the winter of February in like 2011, just because I have a good memory, and that's when he had that 2020 interview, and he was talking about having Brie Olson as a goddess, and after he talked about Brie Olson being his goddess, she ended up being one of my favorite porn actresses. So I just kind of have that memory. So there's a video from that year. So obviously this was during his downward spiral when he got kicked off of 2.5 Men.
Yeah.
And it shows him going south of the border on a man, multiple men, in different videos, and smoking crack cocaine in Vegas. Now, you're Sheen. You're not Obama. You're not some high-ranking celebrity like Jimmy Kimmel where you might go, ooh. You're literally the scum of the earth when it comes to celebrities. Like, nobody is surprised that this came out. If you would have told me, guess a celebrity who's had sex with a transsexual and has gone south of the border on guys, I would have guessed Sheen or Lindsay Lohan. Like, scumbags like that. Or Shia LaBeouf, like the whacked out celebrities. Or Andy Dick. I would have guessed Andy Dick. I mean, it's just those very flirtatious, openly sexual guys.
I mean, just like the football player. How is what he's doing and going all crazy and his sexual life affecting what he does, for his characters? It doesn't. So, what's the point of, I don't get the point of hiding it. I don't get the point of going like, it's a much different world than it used to be. You don't have to hide what you're into. If that's just, once you get to the point where you've done everything there is to do, I mean, okay, you can walk into a bar and say, her, come on, let's go. I mean, it's going to get to a point where you need a challenge. You need something new. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm putting out?
Do you ever feel like that or no?
No, I'm far from that.
Plus, you're married, so I mean, you're content.
Exactly. I'm good. I'm good at what I have going on.
I love how I just described your marriage. You're content.
Content? I'm not content. I'm happy. I'm happy, Hoppe. I'm happy.
No, I dig your vibe. No, I'm kidding. It's a joke. I suck at humor. This all is happening in 2011, 4 years ago, when he had that downward spiral. So during that time when he was having the goddesses over, he must have just been whipping out his junk for anybody and everybody. If he's had HIV for 4 years, he must have just...
to him, man. If that's what you're into and you can do it, have at it. I mean, if you can do it, if you can walk into a bar and say, you, let's go, tell me you're not going to do it.
Of course not. And
you're out of your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says here, he tried to cover up at least 5 tapes of him around his public breakdown. The website claims that one of the tapes in possession is him with a famous Hollywood party boy. We all hear about those party girls and those party boys that just kind of just get around and bang the celebrities.
Has anybody seen these videos yet, or is it just kind of like an alleged thing?
Oh, they're going to come out soon, but it's just alleged. Would you watch it?
I
don't know.
I would watch him to make sure, like, yep, that's him. Oh, yep, he's doing that. Okay, that's enough of that. Exit that out.
Says it's hardcore sex with a party boy. So he got up in there, like hardcore gay sex. Like, I have nothing against gay people. I have gay friends, gay relatives. So I have nothing against that. I know what it is. I don't even need to see like a heterosexual sex tape just because it doesn't intrigue me. Porn's boring. Porn was cool 10 years ago or whenever you're the coming of age, no pun intended, when you're growing up and you begin watching porn. I mean, that's one thing.
You don't watch porn now?
I do watch it, but it's one of the things where once I reach the top of the mountain where you're done watching it and it keeps playing on the laptop, it's one of those things where I can't close it any faster because it's just like...
Oh, yeah, you immediately exit out of it. What's the point of having it on then?
I mean, but before it was like you take a breather and then you close it. Now it's like, what am I doing? I need a girlfriend. What am I doing? What am I doing? Will I be lonely forever? What am I doing?
Dude, you're going to be married 40 years in and you're still going to be doing it. I mean,
I know, but it's
a
one
natural
of those things
male thing.
I've never been in a relationship, so I watch it, and I'm awkward around girls, so then it puts this scenario in my head, and it's just, yeah, I got to find me a girl. That's what soul brother Kevin said this morning, that a nice girl would help me out, would teach me the ropes of life. Do you agree? A nice girl. And I don't want a nice one that waits till marriage. I just want one that can teach me things. Because my mom accidentally sent me a text. She went to send it to my uncle. And she basically said, they're talking about how Ryan needs a girlfriend on here. We probably need to get him to a Catholic church fast. I'm like, that's the last place I'm going to get laid at.
No, I mean, I married my preacher's daughter. And I'm going to go ahead and end that at that. You've met my wife.
Yeah.
I met her in church.
Okay.
I don't know about Catholic church. Never really been there, but...
Oh, no, that's prude and boring.
Really? Yeah.
Presbyterians and things like that. It's kind of one. It seems like it's a little bit different. Catholic girls are just so boring. Catholic church is just so boring, dude.
A little change up in religion, man. You need to go see the faith in a different
believe
style.
In anything. Just because one church is going to spew BS at me, they're public speakers wearing robes, claiming that something's real. Like, come on. He was secretly recorded. Oh, man. Can you imagine? He goes, oh, no one's going to ever find out. And even that guy's like, or girl, whatever it was, the transsexual was like, whatever, yeah, let's not tell anybody.
Can you imagine at
when
this
you find
point,
out?
though, is he even upset about it? Because you just told the whole world you have HIV. Like, you have AIDS, bro. Like, now you're worried about, you know, back before this whole thing, I can see it. Oh, crap, yeah, it's getting out. But now it's, you know, AIDS came out. That's the big hitter. That's a big deal, you know, and that's definitely a down step. Oh, he had sex with a dude. You know, who cares? Of course he did. You know, he's freaking Charlie Sheen.
Here's what I love about Sheen, too. Wouldn't you say a lot of people like him and they're intrigued by how much of a bad boy he is?
Yeah.
You know, he held his ex-wife, Brooke Mueller, down. He grabbed a pocket knife and slit her throat. But yeah, whatever. He's so funny on 2.5 Men. Oh, he's so wacky. Winning. That's the guy you look up to. We rip on Greg Hardy. We rip on Ray Rice. We rip on Mel Gibson for the tapes. But when everybody's favorite wacky boy, dude, has that, rip it up. Forget it never happened. Forget it ever happened. You know, whatever. Moving on. I don't get why you're so embarrassed.
No, it's something that's natural at this point, and everybody kind of embraces it, and everybody, you know, nobody's shocked by this. You know, the news is going to try to blow it up and make it seem like a big deal, but nobody's shocked. I think pretty much everybody's got the same view as us, is, hey, what did you expect?
Here's where Sheen might get into a little bit of trouble. He said last week that it was impossible for him, while having HIV, to spread the virus because he claims that he has a special condition in the blood where it doesn't spread. Okay, maybe he's lying. Maybe he's telling the truth. But it says here, multiple sex partners have come forward saying they had unprotected intercourse with him, and that he didn't tell them after 2011 that he had HIV. That is where it's a crime to have sex with somebody and not tell them you are HIV or you have herpes or AIDS or anything that can spread. I mean, this is where Sheen could get into trouble. If you can prove it, because all you need
How are you going to prove it? How are you going to prove that? How are you going to prove they didn't tell you? Even if you have a video of them banging, you don't have a video of the entire night. I mean, you don't know what he said to them before that.
You just have to assume that he gave it to somebody. There's no way having sex
Hopefully he didn't. Hopefully he didn't. But, maybe he did. Nobody will ever know. And nobody knows. They could say, hey, I have HIV and I got it from him. Like, how do you know? What if you got it from some other freaking dude? You know what I mean? You don't know who they've been with and what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad. I don't know. I just hope nobody else got infected. Right when I heard he got HIV, I didn't feel bad for Sheen just because he's the one that whipped out his junk and did that. I felt bad more for anybody who could have got potentially affected by him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
All righty. Here's the deal.
Happy hour is about to end. But first, it's time for Last Call.
Ow.
Happy hour is about to end. But first, it's time for Last Call.
That means that happy hour is about to end. We were talking during the break. If you're watching Hoppy TV, you heard it. I think this is one of our best shows. It flowed well.
Yeah.
I think us hanging out as friends kind of gets us to flow more because it's not just us coming in doing a show and then talking on the phone.
Yeah.
And the more you go out and be a wingman and the more that we hang out with Matt from Hornblasters, I mean, that's when I'm not going to have crazy nights, but there will be funny nights. I mean, that was a legendary night.
Yeah, it gives us content, gives us to talk about.
And we're going to have him here because something really funny happened in Orlando, but I want to not tell you because I want to have your natural reaction.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll have him in here soon. He said he'll come in whenever. All right. Tweet at me at Ryan Hoppy Radio. Give me a follow to see everything I'm up to. What's your Twitter handle?
Hoppy Radio Kyle.
Also, go to hoppyradio.com. We have some things in the works. But my guy, Brandon Langley, is the guy who made that site legit before it was trash. And before that, it was awful. So check out that site. Also, this is what we're going to begin plugging big time. I'm sick of the excuse, how do you listen to Happy Hour? Or I don't have time on the computer. In this world of everybody having ADHD, it's not hard to listen. All you have to do is go to the Google Play or iPhone shop, download Hoppy Radio, and you can listen anywhere in the world. You can listen to all 32 of our interviews. You can listen to all my rants. And when we're live, Kyle, they can chat us via Spreaker when they make an account. Yeah,
they can listen live. They can chat us live. I don't... Going through Spreaker and trying to chat us probably going to be a little less likely, but definitely download the app.
You can chat via the app. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, or just get the app, and if you want to tweet us during the show and while we're live, tweet us in real time, and we'll respond to them as we're going. We're also usually on Periscope for, Hoppy TV.
And that's on YouTube and on hoppyradio.com. Basically, download the app and go to hoppyradio.com to see everything. If you want to be a sponsor, if you want to contribute, if you have ideas, critiques, anything, email me, Ryan at hoppyradio.com, and look up Happy Hour Kyle on Facebook. That is his account. And to support Happy Hour, if you want to spread the word and you like my logo, it's not hard. All you have to do is go to tinyurl.com/Happy Hour Decals. No, it's Happy Hour Decal. tinyurl.com/Happy Hour Decal, and you can support Soli's Graphics out of Duluth, Minnesota, and my guy Nicholas Seymour, one of the P1s and one of the diehard fans of Happy Hour, who makes us some badass logos. All right, this has been Happy Hour, brought to you by Amazing Gardens, brought to you by Brandon Langley, and brought to you by Soli's Graphics. I am your host, Ryan Hoppy.
And I'm Kyle Veet.
And we are saying peace out.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.